All right, I think we are live for a late night gun chat. Hope you're all doing well. We may or may not be joined by some people. We'll see. Got all my reloading boxes full of stuff next to me tonight. Um, that's that. I had to sort through all the stuff I bought last week, including some more of my favorite 22 ammo. So it's pretty sweet stuff. Um, anyway, hope everybody's doing well. Um, Internet's running a little slow, so I don't know who's in the chat yet, but we'll see. Again, we got our 25,000 subscriber giveaway going on. To do that, you've got to join my MeWe group and comment on the very first post. So if you haven't joined my MeWe group yet, I will put it in the chat here. And looks like I know Calaveras 32 Special has already joined. All right. But yeah, go ahead and join that. Skylar, good to see you. Michael Kaler, good to see you. Calaveras 32 Specials, good to see you. All right, so remember to enter the 25,000 subscriber giveaway, you got to join the MeWe group and then comment. MeWe's just like Facebook except free speech. Comment on the very first post that you see. What is up, Michael Kaler? Michael Kaler, do you want a link to the chat? I can give you a link to the chat if you want to come in tonight. But anyway, so that's that. That's what we got going on. Probably be a holster video tomorrow, and that's that. So, our Rhino senator died. Our Rhino congressman died. We only have one congressman, so our Rhino congressman died. So that's that. What's up, Alaska One Andy? Got most of your brass loaded up. Somebody else is supposed to be sending me a bunch more, but I did get some loaded ammo. So if y'all didn't hear, I was able to find last week some 300 Win Mag, 150 grain, copper deer season XP. So it being the copper bullet. Now one of these actually didn't fit in the gun. So Calaveras, you want to jump in? Let me see if I can find you a link over on MeWe. Yeah, that's that. So got some 300 Win Mag. I got the scope mounted. It looks good. I can't. It's just a cheap scope, so we'll see how it does. But anyway, let me find you over there. Anyway, so yeah, good good stuff. Let's see. It won't let me write you a message. Calaveras, there's the thing. All right, German Ninja's here, and Martin Horst is here. How you doing? Grizzly KZ, what kind of scope? It's the Sig one they had on sale for $99, Sig Buckmasters or whatever. We took over Nikon's old line of Buckmasters. So, but they improved it a lot. They improved the eye relief, so it's clear. It's clear enough. It's bright enough. You know. So that's what kind of scope's on there now. Is that the scope is going to stay on there? Heck no. It was a $99 scope I bought so that I could just throw it on different rifles. Yep. Cool. So PC Bullet Empire. Been a long time no see. Glad you're here. Go check out his channel, everybody. He's got a good channel, so go check him out. Booger Dog's here. Teddy Two Guns is up. What is up? 70-day in acres today, but today your weather is still cold. Yes, it is still cold. So that's that. Still cold. Anyway, it's like Calaveras is going to sit down here. Hey, what's up, Calaveras?
Guys.
Special, how you doing?
Doing all right. Nice, mild, Tuesday evening here for us.
Nice. Yeah, it's actually pretty mild here too. I think it got up to like 45 today. So that's that.
Yeah, we hit like 88.
Yeah, it's too hot for me. Way too hot. I'm in Seward. There's still snow on the ground in Anchorage. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Still snow on the ground. It's all turned into a mush, It's all melting in the day and freezing again at night, but there is absolutely that. So what's going on in your neighborhood there, Calaveras? I know you live behind enemy lines, right?
Yeah, I'm in Sacramento, California.
Okay.
So that's where you know, haven't heard of any new movement yet. Recently on infringements, but I'm sure it's coming. You know, I know here in the last week or so there was a push to try to get the emergency powers, removed from our governor that he granted himself for COVID, and that was shot down. Not a surprise there.
Yeah, so we just like dictatorship, So that's that.
I got out to the range this last weekend. That's where, because I was, loaded up some rounds from the Maker's Bullet. I don't know if you've ever used them. It's actually based out of Georgia.
Mm-mm.
And got, did some test loads for my lever action 32 Winchester Special rifle. Shot well. Just iron sights at 50 yards. I wasn't worried about groups. I was more looking for pressure signs. So the pattern, I wouldn't even call it a group. I'd call it a pattern, but it was about a 4-inch pattern at that distance.
Yeah, that's a pattern, definitely.
Again, that's where I wasn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't exactly setting into a nice steady rest, trying to get a nice consistent point of aim. It was just okay, that looks like it should be on target, and okay, what does that casing look like as it comes out? So.
Yeah, I've done that. That's what I do with my pistol loads. I do the same thing. Yeah. That's that. All right. What is up, Michael Kaler, also known as Blue and Yellow, apparently in the chat.
No, hey, dude. I gotta stay with whatever the cool thing is this week.
Yeah. Somebody's echoing really bad.
Make sure
all right, is that better? All right. Martin Horst, I heard Sarah Palin was approached about the seat in Congress. Your thoughts? I believe by Alaska law they have 60 days to have a election, if I'm not mistaken, or 60 days to hold a special election for the rest of the term, and that Sarah Palin might get the temporary assignment for 60 days. But I don't know. What do you think, Michael Kaler? You're here in Alaska.
I know that the governor can appoint somebody to finish out a term in some circumstances, but I don't know the specifics on the timeline of that. But knowing that we already have people that we're going to run against him, maybe we put one of them in a trial basis. Let them start for, a couple of months, see how they do, at least, see what they're going to say, and then make them run again.
Yeah. I like that idea myself. For Calaveras, you may not have known this. We only have one person in the U.S. House of Representatives for the whole state, right? Like you get 2 senators, we get 1 congressman because that's our population, right?
Right. And that's for you and 1 or 2 other states had that same issue.
Yeah. North Dakota was one of them. Was it South Dakota? I think it was North Dakota, and then there's a few other places. So he died Sunday morning, sitting in an airport. I would say God rest his soul, but he was a rhino like crazy. So,
dude, let's be honest. He was still a human, and regardless of what we think about his last few bills or anything like that, he meant well. And I don't want him to die of a heart attack in an airport.
Yeah, I understand.
Well, that's for meant well, maybe debatable, but yes, definitely human, and that's not something I wish upon people.
Yeah. No, it's not something I wish upon people, but neither do I think it's a great tragedy. So I'm sorry. That's the way I feel about it. I mean, if Biden croaked tomorrow, it wouldn't be a great tragedy. I'm sorry. That's the way I feel about it. So I know I should have more respect for human life than that and the soul and everything. I just don't for those people.
What I would be most concerned about if Biden was to have an issue tomorrow would be Harris. That might actually be worse than what we currently have.
I don't disagree with that. But yeah, that being said, I hope he had time to repent before he died and loves Jesus and all that stuff. So I don't wish hell upon him, but that's that. All right, let's see. Scott Leeper is at it again. Hey, Chook. Chook is not on here, Scott. Okay, Chook is not on here. Quit complimenting him like that. Okay. All right. I got 3 ugly men here, not one super ugly man. Okay. Okay. Do not call me Chook again. Okay. Chook. It is Chook's birthday. Happy birthday, Chook. So
Yeah, he's like what, 64, 65 AARP this year?
no, he's like 51, maybe. Maybe he's not that much older than me, so maybe 47, something like that. I don't know. So I just turned 40, so that's that. I need to text him right now. In fact, I'm going to do that.
Yeah, I just did. I hit him up right before we got here.
Chook,
I guess that
happy
makes me the baby of the group.
birthday, old man. There we go.
And
there we go. That's that. All right.
yeah, what
The only thing that can
I was just
you
gonna
can
say, what are
text
we
us.
looking at for fun things coming up in the next couple of months? I know you talked about probably a holster video coming up. Anything else exciting?
I've got 12 gauge versus 4570 for bear protection. That's coming up probably next week. I got to film the rest of it and edit
What
it.
are you putting out for that 4570?
What's that?
What are you shooting for that 4570?
430 grain Underwood.
Have you ever shot the Grizzly in 405 or 420?
Yes, and I have some boxes. The Grizzly Ammo Cartridge Company, I absolutely detest though. I've had so much inconsistency in their ammo from especially handgun ammo, 10 millimeters with primer pockets that didn't hold the primers. I've had 45 ammo that literally went from 895 to 1162 in the same box. That was their spread. Yeah, and it's all on video. So
Yeah.
I was doing that. So I don't like, but I have a box of Grizzly 4570 right here, and this is their gas check lightweight load, the 300 grain load, and
Yeah.
I have their 420 grain right next to it, and it seemed to do okay. But that's that.
Almost sounds like you need to pull the slugs and just reload the damn thing so that way you can use the casings, primers, and the slugs out of them. Get
No,
the
here's
prime.
the thing: the 10 millimeter. I fired them, and when I went to reload them, I thought maybe they were overpressured, and they ended up blowing their primers out. Right? No, the primer pocket didn't hold the primer. I put it in there, and it was just like, doop, hold out. It went in easy. Shake, shake, shake. That came out easy. It was bad. It was bad. So
I wonder about pulling them out and weighing them too. With that much of a difference, like how is their bullet sizing? And I'm not super good at that stuff. I don't cast my own bullets, but are their bullets size? Because a difference between basically 900 and 1160, that's sounding like there may be pressure issues there. Maybe they're not, maybe some of their bullets were going, between say, 0.399 and 0.403 or something. And
yeah.
I don't know. Something seems weird there to maybe pull those apart and measure the powder charges.
I of course don't have that box anymore. That's an old 45 box, but actually I might know where that box is. But yeah, that was one of the very first videos on the channel was the 1185 feet per second from the 45 ACP or something like that. It was supposed to be that. All right. And there is Leslie Graham, who isn't human. Oh wow. Yep. All right. The question is the SIG P322 going to be the new go-to for 22 LR pistol? I like the idea. When I saw that came out today, I was like, whoa, baby, I like that. So that looked good. 20 rounds, supposedly pretty reliable with a lot of different kind of ammo. We'll see on that. I don't expect that from a 22. I expect the 22 to be ammo picky. Very good suppressed. Feels a lot like your P320 or maybe more like your P365 XL is what it looks like. It looks like a P365 XL, just a hair bigger actually to hold the 20 rounds. So yeah, I mean, I like it a lot. When one comes in, I might have to pick one up. We'll see. What I'm looking for in a 22 pistol is something with a small grip that my kids can, when they get old enough, can shoot. You know, my Smith and Wesson Victory is not really that. It's heavy, and I want them to have fun plinking with it. So that's that. Happy B-Day, Chook.
Yeah, that's where honestly, I've never actually shot a 22 pistol. Just no one I know has one. But that's if I was going to to go get one, I'd probably end up getting either one like the Browning Buckmark or the Ruger was at the Mark 1 or something.
Mark
You know,
4.
Mark 4,
Yeah,
thank you.
but yeah.
I'd probably just go with one of those two. They're, you know, pretty well known. They're known to be, a decent little handguns. It would be, when I'm going to the range, I just want something cheap to plink with. It wouldn't be anything special for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Sig P322.
Frontline rejects. I don't know.
And I kind of wonder, like the pistol grip size looks more 365, but they don't say what platform it was built on, whether it's built on a 320 or a 365 platform.
I don't know. Maybe I'll ask one Andy can say it, because they got them there in Sportsman's in Fairbanks today. So that's that. That's cool. Yeah, let me know that. All right, here's a question I'm going to answer before any. Yep. I'm going to buy a 10mm KK and barrel next week. Do I need to email them and ask them to polish the feed ramps? Yes. If you're going to run a heavy hard cat wide, you can put it in the comment section of the order too. There's like a comment section, just polish the feed ramp for wide bullets, Alaskan polished feed ramp. They used to have it all over their site. They may do it anyway now because so many people had it done. But yes, it didn't cost me anything at the time. I'll be ordering another KKM barrel soon too, because I have the Glock 20 now, the world's ugliest Glock 20, and so that's that. Not a Ruger Bearcat. There's no way. It's not suppressible. I'm not getting a Bearcat. I'm not getting a revolver for my kids. It's not suppressible. I want them to keep their hearing. All right, Frontline Rechecks. If you guys haven't checked out this channel, this is a great channel. Yeah, you need to come on my show sometime. He has some great videos doing water jug penetration test out to 500 yards with all of your bullets, LRX, ELDX, also known as the glorified VMAX, in my opinion. But go check out his channel, everybody. So if one of my moderators is in here, put a link to his channel in the chat, guys.
Yeah, so it's 22 expansion out to 500 yards. That's interesting. I know at 400 you're rainbowing them in pretty good. Put them on a steel plate.
I'm pretty sure he's being facetious, but maybe not. That's cool if he's doing it. You know. All right. Yeah, I think so. But I bust on my second TX22 and my CMGG conversion kit and running like a champ. There you go. I got a 22 LR revolver. It is made for small hands. Like, that's that. But I want a semi-auto that you can suppress. So, bought a Ruger 1970 Mark 1 in 1971. Never looked back. Still have it. There you go. Yeah, it looks like a 365 XL.
I agree. I just wish that because Sig's known for being this way. For like Sig's like the person that, like, the leader that holds the information, right? They hold it all in and they won't tell you. Like, come out and say it. Hey, you want your 365 training pistol? Here you go. Just be honest about it.
Right. Seriously. Kelty P17 holds 16 rounds, threaded barrel, and shoots everything I feed it. It's got a smaller group for smaller hands for kids. That's cool. Keltec's. I'm glad yours runs. They don't have a reputation for running. There's a lot of YouTube videos out there with that gun jamming. I'd probably buy the Taurus before I bought the Keltec, to be honest with you. But I'm glad that's there. All right. Yeah, come on in. Come on when you can. I think I emailed you if you wanted to email me back. So 22 expansion at any range is a pipe dream. Yeah, now that's true. I've seen a lot of 22 supposed to expand and it doesn't expand because it's just so slow. All right.
I tell you what I like to see is those new 22 punch rounds. See those at 1, 2, 3,
Mhm.
500. And we
Yeah.
may be able to start working some of that stuff there, Chuck. I've got me and one of the girls have been starting to do some daddy-daughter dates at the range, and she's starting to work, her Ruger RPR with a Diamondback Tactical 6 to 24. She's starting to work that thing over pretty well.
Hmm.
So we may be able to start doing some 100-yard expansion tests and just see what happens with different 22 hollow points.
There you go. Martin Horst is suggesting a M&P 22 pistol. Now they actually make an M&P 22 pistol that's a pistol, not an M&P 15 22. So do you mean the 15 22? Because they make that M&P 22 pistol and it's a lot like a shield. Um, and that was actually one of the ones I'm considering. Meets all the requirements. I actually don't want a pistol with a brace. So until the ATF goes through their crap, which we know how they're going to rule. So I don't want to, be taking my kid out and then both of us get arrested for being in possession of a pistol with a brace. So that's that. All right. Hello from Pennsylvania. Hello, man. What's up? All right. Your internet connection cut out pretty bad when you were answering my comment. Yes. Yes. Comment section. Yep. Awesome. That's exactly right, Mountain West. Yes. Okay. Good. Even punch will not expand as wide as the base. It will flatten out at best. There you go. Yeah, the AR. Yeah. Yeah. Took my Smith & Wesson 500 8 and 3/8 inch into the gunsmith and had the barrel reduced to 5-inch. Shooting hard is 600 grain. Wow. There you go. No problem. There we go. We've caught up with the chat. That's the first time tonight, so hopefully more people will actually chat. But anyway, what's going on with you guys? What are you up to, Michael Kaylee?
I've been spending some time on the gram here recently, posting, a couple of pictures a week. That fits right now with the way my schedule is. It's fast moving. I got, you know, 3 girls in 2 different sports on 5 days a week, and doing
Hmm.
the time at Sportsman's. So pushing through that, a lot of posts on Instagram. We're doing one of our girls is probably going to start over at Birchwood when this next league that they've got starts. And then a couple of them doing jujitsu, just plugging through, waiting for, you know, looks like breakups coming a little early this year. So we'll hopefully have a long summer, right? Yeah, we don't need another 8 inches like it or 12 inches like it did last year.
Hmm. It went back to -9 in March. Yeah. I
Yeah.
remember that. Yeah, that was weird.
Be
But
real interested to get outside, start shooting this year. Um, I've been doing a lot of things in preparation for some of the video formats that you like, as where you remember when we were doing like the different barrel lengths for the Glocks and the same ammo and different barrel lengths for the ARs. Um, got one. I've been picking up all the 6.5 Creedmoor ammo I can get my hands on. So starting to compare that through one gun and just see how they compare differently based off of what the boxes say is an idea I had to do that.
yeah, I actually have that same idea, but mine's going to be more Ventress shooting. That's another video I'm going to release with just reloads. I haven't actually seen a box of 6.5 Creedmoor factory loads in over 3 months. So you've been snagging it before I get there is what's happening. So
Dude, you'd be surprised. That stuff's been sticking around, man. I think everybody who at that initial phase when it really got big, 3 to 5 years ago, people kind of started to realize that that was a usable round,
hmm.
for hunting. And then when the whole election, COVID, all that stuff, I'm sorry, we're not allowed to say that out. when the recent unhappinesses happened,
Yeah.
when everybody started buying it, well, now everybody's got their stashes.
Yeah.
So I want to say I've probably got 6 different varieties, and I may only have 1 or 2 boxes of each, but that way we can start pushing those through. I've got a Savage Predator in 6.5, and we can start just putting them through there and seeing what they do in the gun, kind of just documenting that process of figuring out what works good in the gun.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's the barrel length on that Savage?
I want to say they 23. I'm thinking that actual barrel length of usable with rifling is probably about 20 to 21, and then the case back there.
Okay, yeah, there you go. So, yeah, I think they're 22 or 24 if I can't remember. So that's that. Is what it is. But good. So good question here. So what happens when they tyrannically rule out our pistol braces are illegal? Will some be grandfathered in, or will we be expected to get rid of them? I don't know. I got rid of my AR pistol. The only thing I have with a pistol brace. I got rid of it a few weeks ago so that I could buy a 300 Magnum because basically I never used it, never shot it. It didn't go by my bedside. My 16-inch went by my bedside because it was, to me, it's slightly more reliable. So it was like, well, get rid of this and go buy me a 300 with Win Mag. So that's what I did. So I don't know. What do you guys think will happen? Go ahead, Calaveras.
I was gonna say, I think it's going to depend on what administration is currently in when they decide, when they finally do make that ruling. With our current administration, I'm guessing there's not going to be much grandfather clause unless they face one heck of a pushback. Even then, it's going to be limited, grandfather clause. That's where.
Well, they're making that decision in August. They already said they're making the ruling in August.
Yeah, that's right. I agree with you though. That's where get rid of them. That's where don't invite them into your life to deal with. Get something that's going to be have a little bit more practicality to it.
Yeah, and if you have one, don't post it on social media. Take the brace off or whatever you have to do. If they come to your door looking for it, do what you got to do. That's all I got to say. I'm not going to tell you what to do there because it's YouTube. But I'm not saying there's a flower pot full of tannerite and nails in my front porch, but like I would never do that. Don't do that. But I'm just saying, you do what you got to do if they come to your door and want to enforce a law that was never passed by Congress. So that's that. You choose what you want to do. If you bury him in the backyard or if you tell him I lost it in a boating accident, I will personally come punch you myself. So, which won't hurt very much because I don't have a mean punch. But anyway, that's that. So, what do you think, Michael Kaler?
Without being a lawyer, I think the issue is going to be enforceability. If they grandfather it in, how do are we going to have to go back and find the receipt for the Ruger AR 5.56 pistol that I bought 12 years ago or whatever? Am I going to have to carry that receipt around like a fake tax stamp? I see an enforceability issue with them even trying to grandfather it.
No, to me, it's just one of scope. It's not even enforceability. Like, because they have like over 1 billion firearms registered now that they took all the 4473s and created an illegal registry and nobody cares. So they have all that. So they have the gun that you bought 12 years ago. It's there. Trust me. They've been taking pictures as they've been doing checks at FFLs and everything. So, all I can say is good luck to that. He follows up that question with, what will we do with our pistol uppers? Well, I told y'all what I did. I got rid of it to get something that I needed for the channel. Okay. If they come out and the ruling is not that bad, or they said, oh, well, we're not going to rule against it. If they come out and somehow rule the way we don't think they're going to rule in August. All right. So we know what administration is going to be in there, Calaveras. It's happening in August. they come out, and then I might consider buying one. But right now, I just don't feel like buying one and putting myself in the situation of having to make it legal again. You know?
Let's remember that this doesn't really have anything to do with pistol uppers. It's just the brace and the application of the design of the brace and how to use the brace, specifically the braces that did not have that ATF letter.
Correct.
So it's now they could easily come down and say something about pistol uppers, you know, that they could. And again, whether or not that's a law or whether that's just something they want to enforce that's passed down to them is for Congress to get, you know, for the House and Senate to decide. But when you look at what they're going to do with those braces and how to use them, that's a different thing because, you know, we could have gone out and bought pistols, you know, before they had adjustable length braces and, you know, with just the smooth buffer spring housing, and we could have put them on there. And so how do we find those? That's the thing is if they do grandfather it or they don't grandfather it, the issue is going to be if they don't grandfather it, are they coming to get them or are they just going to expect you never to use them? If they do grandfather it, how are they going to decide between the one that, you know, anybody goes out and buys today or tomorrow or, you know, September 1st after the ruling? How are they going to decide between those? You know, does it say Magpul Furniture? Well, prove that I still don't have it. Prove I didn't sell it. Prove I didn't buy it next week. So I see an enforceability issue with getting rid of them.
Right.
And then for the pistol uppers, unless they come down and say something like modern large frame pistols or modern sporting pistols are some other category, again, that's going to be, that's a whole nother issue.
Yeah. Because there were AR pistols before there were braces. And they had the smooth, long, you know, tube, and we all thought they were stupid. And then the braces made them, I could shoulder this. Oh, and the ATF says I won't get in trouble for shouldering it in specific situations or accidentally. All right. And so that's when they changed it. Because they're like, well, now you are making a short barrel rifle because you intended to put the brace against your shoulder. So, which is why in all those videos I said not putting the brace against my shoulder, and I wasn't. It was on my cheek. You were there for half of it, Michael. So, like that's why I said that. Not people were debating. You can put it in your cheek. They said it on the comment. I'm like, put it on your shoulder. I'm like, oh, okay. Look what happened. They came back and like did that. So I'm just kind of avoiding the issue. You want to have a braced firearm? Go right ahead and have a braced firearm. But I sold mine so that I could get something I needed for the channel more than anything. But now I don't have to deal with the issue. Now I told the poor guy why I was selling it, that I didn't want to deal with that issue, and he's like, "Well, what do I do?" And I'm like, "Good luck, man. put a 16-inch upper on it, and you'll be fine." You know. All right. So that's that. All right. Finally got a range today to shoot my GP 100 with the Altamont grips. They felt great videos up. Okay, cool. All right, send me a link of the video on Instagram. All right. Move to Texas would be my advice. Yeah, Texas is the third largest state. Only after you cut Alaska in half. All right. We've got constitutional carry and it's a whole sanctuary state, don't we? So, good luck.
And moving to Texas doesn't really help you if it's a federal ruling coming down.
Yeah. Because, and to be honest with you, even the sanctuary state stuff, like, if they want to, they can force the issue. I mean, the supremacy clause, what is it? 6th article of the Constitution, 5th article. The supremacy clause says the federal law reigns supreme over the state law. So,
well, and didn't they just pass, or they're working on passing something that where the feds will be able to federally deputize the cops in order to force them to help? So they come into Texas or Alaska or name the area. The local, local head guy won't help them, so they deputize all of his, his underlings and say, okay, now you're part of us. You have to help us or else. I mean, moving doesn't exactly fix the issue. You got to fight the issue.
Yeah, they just they did just pass that in the dead of the night. Yes, in the budget bill that they passed red flag laws and stuff in too.
So let's go with this. So let's say that I come down and force deputize the two of you. What's my penalty? I don't pay you if you don't do what I am not paying you but telling you to do? Are they going to take away your birthday? Are they going to fire you from the job that they don't have the ability to fire you from?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't see the individual cops that are good cops enforcing this, but then again, cops in general do enforce. Most federal gun charges are brought about by local cops. So
Yeah, I was gonna say good cops seems to be few and far between nowadays. They're most officers. It seems to be, if they are in the force for very long, they're the they're the school bully that figured out that if they get a badge and they can get paid to be that. They don't really care what's right and what's wrong.
Scott Leaper, we can't get the Smith & Wesson 10mm here in California, so I bought a new Glock 20 third generation. All right, cool, man. All right, that's why they still make the Glock 20 third generation. Just be careful if they have the extractor issues. I think they got rid of most of those. So
Yeah, I wonder if that's not because Glock never sent the Gen 4s or Gen 5s to California for their little DOJ testing approval.
yeah.
Well, I think by the time they were doing the Gen 4s, California had implemented a bunch of more rules that the Glock Gen 4s didn't qualify for, and Glock wasn't willing to make the modifications just for California.
Yeah.
Anyhow, guys, good chat with you. I got to bounce.
All right, see you, Calaveras. All right, so Martin Horst here. All right, the trash man here says make the 243 Winchester great again. What you need to do to make it great is expand it to a 6.5 Creedmoor. There you go. All right.
Or yeah, 6mm Creedmoor.
Yeah, maybe. All right, so Martin Horst, that's okay. The 243 is a great round, trash man. It's all good. What is everybody's opinion on bear defense concerning 4570 and 12 gauge? Pros and cons of each. 4570 is better waterproof, more accurate, because slugs can be, iffy out of certain barrels. You have to find a slug that watches. I do think a shotgun is faster, and a shotgun is cheaper to buy. In general, right now it's easier to find 4570 slugs than it is 12 gauge slugs that are bear slugs. All right. The last time I saw a box of Black Magic Magnums, it was $25 a box, and the same store had plenty of 4570. They still have it on the shelf. Maybe not at Sportsman's there, Michael Kaler, but the rest of the state, like I've seen a bunch of it at Alaskan Ammo. Of course, it's gone in a few days. Arctic Ammo's had it for months. So yeah, I've seen a bunch of ammo places for 4570, but I haven't seen I've seen 12 gauge like rifled deer slugs, but none of the hard penetrating slugs. So and most of those slugs are not waterproof because the crimp in the front that goes around the slug usually allows water through. So it can go all the way down. The shot cups have, the little petals on them to peel off, and so the water goes down through there and it goes right into the powder. So I've seen a lot of shotguns just go click that when the slugs got wet. So you should still seal the primers on your 4570, but at least it's 50-50 on the 4570. 12 gauge, it's about 95% going to fail if it gets submerged. And what
is that
are you doing when you're
experiment
using a 12 gauge? Yeah, yes, it is. Because I had 3 or 4 different kinds of boxes of shells in that time, and we eventually went to fire them all, and like all but one of them didn't fire. And not one type, all but one slug didn't fire. The rest of the 4 of that type didn't fire. So your chances are like 90% it's not going to fire. If it's a 12 gauge slug and you get it wet. And what are you doing? If you slip and fall in the water, it's real easy to do, even in the Russian River in 3 feet of water. Your shotgun's going to get partially submerged. If it's the part that holds the shells, you're in trouble. So I'm just saying. That's that.
So pros and cons. So pros of the 12 gauge pump, probably faster to operate for most people, faster to acquire a target on for most people. With the slugs, possible waterproofing issues. Positive is if you get the right slugs or you waterproof them yourself, then it's going to work really, it's going to be exactly what you need. And probably not going to, chances are with its larger frontal area, it's probably not going to over penetrate. It's going to dump all of its energy in the first couple of feet, right where you want it in the vital areas of a bear, whether it be the chest or the head. 4570, yeah, definitely a pro is a lot of energy. Sometimes a larger round capacity. I would say
About
that
the
if
same
you
if
get,
you're defensive guns, yeah.
yeah, and if you
Six to
get, yeah, if you know your lever gun well, like somebody like, Pat Real Man of Genius, he's been working those lever guns. He went to the to Costa's tactical lever gun course. He's going to work that faster than most of us could work a 12 gauge pump. They don't make semi-auto 4570s with any regularity that you can find on a shelf.
Correct.
But 4570 does have some rounds specifically designed for large, angry beings. Let's see. Positive of the 4570, the rifles, they are often heavier, which means they're going to move less felt recoil. But the negative of that is it's going to be harder to move that with you slung over your back.
To be honest with you, the 12 gauge slugs that we shot, several of them, less felt recoil than like 420 grains. So
Yeah.
if you go 420 grain heavy load plus B buffalo boar, grizzly, whatever, underwood heavy buffalo boar, they, even with a muzzle brake, they sting a little, and so we compared them, and the 12 gauge certainly didn't do that, didn't do as well. So I mean, you can go either or, but if you go 12 gauge, plan on waterproofing your rounds. If it's a river gun that you're riding on, or you're fishing on, and you're riding in a boat and it's a river gun, why would you not waterproof your rounds no matter what they are? That's the thing. All right. Braces will still be illegal here in Texas too. No, they will never be illegal here because of the laws passed on the books here last September. Nope, not true. Again, they just countered that shooting with Uncle Dan. Sorry. Yes, it is. No federal gun laws on guns federally can impact legality in Texas on state law. Plus, most counties here did that 2 years before. Yes, but they just did with that in that middle of the night budget thing, and that's that. So, yeah. LMAO in the boating accident joke, please. Yes, thank God. All right. What about those that have completed 80% build, like AR-15s, etc.? Will they want to take them too? Probably. That's what that whole receiver thing they're ruling on in June is about. You might have to serialize it and go fill out your own 4473 for it. An upper isn't a firearm. That's what they're ruling on in June. They're trying to do that again in June. And then they'll do the brace thing in August. So that's what they're getting at.
Pretty soon, this is going to come down to the thing where some countries where the firing mechanism, the receiver / receivers and barrel all need to be serialized, which is just outlandish. I mean, what's going to be next? Are we going to have to serialize the battery carrier that goes inside my Magpul pistol grip? Where do we start this?
Yeah, exactly. Ours can't be trusted in shooting down. And Republicans helped pass that, dude. All right, including the one that just died here in Alaska. All right. We'll be soon. They're working on serialization of all parts. Yep. Yep. According to God, I think he meant GOA, not GOD. But you heard that HR 8 and HR 1664 are being resurrected in the Senate. Yes, yes, they are. Got a call. You don't rely on the NRA. Does everyone really forget the Clinton man in the 90s? Seriously. The issue is that the ATF said that they were legal, but all the idiots out there kept contacting them asking if they were legal. So they got pissed, and now they were paying for all those idiots. Oh, maybe. Yeah. All about everything I have is under 16 inches. Just, well, MJ is illegal federally. So stop crying, guys. You can buy pot in a lot of states, but the Fed is legal. So stand up, be a man. Oh, I'm not saying don't give in. Okay, I'm not saying give in and give it up. All right, I'm just saying you need to be prepared. I guarantee you, it's not going to be like marijuana. They are going to come after you, Dan. All right, you have just put that statement that everything you have is under 16 inches on the internet for everybody to find. That makes you a prime, easy suspect for them to make an example of. Okay. I'm just saying, be smart about it. Okay. Do what you got to do. 6mm arc. And no, it's not that fast.
I think 6mm arc is a great round if you know what you're going for and you know what you're looking for. If you want basically, not quite, but if you basically want a 243 out of a short action or a small platform AR, the AR-15 style, and but you want to use that 6mm bullet, yeah, it's a great option. If you want
but you have to have a 22-inch barrel to get those velocities.
But that's fine. New upper, that's easy. It's good, especially in one of those places where you already have your AR and it's, whatever legality in your state, but yet you can't hunt with a 22 caliber bullet, which again,
sure,
leave that out of the picture. But you can get that 6mm arc and it's going to get you some really good distance, some really good impact, especially southern whitetail,
absolutely, sure.
Places. Excellent. Now, if you think that you're going to duplicate 6mm Creedmoor, 6.5 Creedmoor, 6 GT, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, or even 243. And that
yep.
243 is still going to be 50 to 100 feet per second faster, and probably more than that most of the time. So I just laugh at people who say 243 is a worthless youth caliber, but drill over 6.5. I love the 6.5 is better for a lot of reasons. But 243 is not a worthless youth caliber. It's just a good youth caliber. That's what it is. I mean, but there are adults who hunt with it, and it's fine. Whatever you want to do, doesn't bother me. But I'd say 6.5 is going to be better for longer range, better bullet selection, more efficient use of the case and the magazine, so you can play with your length a lot better in magazine guns. So it is what it is. For 2% more recoil than a 243, you get all that. I mean, 2%, seriously. So you can also use case primer sealer around the mouth of the case to seal both ends. Yes, you can. Howdy, Chris338. How you doing?
So for anybody who doesn't know, when you look at Hornady's Outfitter line, that was why they called it Outfitter, was that they put sealant around it so that it would be capable of getting, dunked, rained on, and all that. Haven't personally tested it myself, but that's what their website says.
45, 70, 100, I believe it's killed pretty much everything on the planet. Yes, it is. I don't know what you're getting mad at down here. No, it ain't that, Chuck. We will not abide tyranny here. What the fuck is wrong with you? You know, from Biden to be free. No, we're just warning you it's going to happen. That's all. That's all we're doing is warning you it's going to happen. All right? That's all we're doing, Dan. Okay? I don't know what you're trying to imply here, but all we're doing is the Republicans, some in Texas, by the way, and my Republicans in Alaska, 2 out of the 3, voted for this shit in the middle of the night, and now they can deputize your local police departments, and they're damn well going to hold the federal funding over them to enforce those gun laws. All right. So you need to be prepared, since you put a thing on here saying that everything you have is under 16 inches, almost everything you have, you need to be prepared that they're going to come knock on your door. That's all I'm saying. You don't want to stand for it, stand up to it. Go right ahead. I mean, I'll back you up. You're right. Okay. It's the wrong thing for them to do. The NFA is freaking unconstitutional, period. Okay. The ATF existing is unconstitutional. They don't need to exist. Okay. There's no need for them. Okay. But, okay, I'm just saying you need to be mentally prepared that they're going to come knock on your door. End of story. Okay. I got rid of mine so that I wouldn't have that problem and I could get something I needed for the channel. No big deal. Okay. You choose not to get rid of yours for that. That's okay. Okay. I got plenty of 16-inch guns. They can't touch that fire just as much. Okay. You probably voted for Trump too, who is just as stupid on gun laws. So, that was a good way to primer sealer that they were just talking about.
And if you don't have or can't get your hands on primer sealer, you could, again, there's some safety Sally stuff here of heat and stuff around, around cartridges, but using wax. Just melt some wax, scrape it off, make sure, again, you need to do your research on that. Your mileage may vary, all the good stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not a pro.
We use nail polish remover too.
Yep.
Polish remover sealed in there. All right. True, I spoke to the ATF last weekend at a gun show. All right. Who cares? I don't have any shorties. There you go. Yeah, me neither. Need a grain TTSX running 2850 out of 18 inches. Hottish load. Yeah, that's a hottish load. The same load would be running 2950 3000 out of a 22-inch barrel and 3300 out of a 243. So
yeah, but again, you look at an 80 grain TTSX going at something like a deer with, obviously appropriate, training, shot placement, etc. on whitetail down.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Howdy. What's up, low-key prepper? There you go. When I have to stand hunt. What are you talking about there? What was your previous comment? Okay. There you go. Warning taken, Chuck, but I don't care. Fair enough. Do I still get to keep my SB brace on my Draco? We won't know until August, man. Okay, what you do with it after that's your business. Okay, you just posted it online that you have it. Okay, I wouldn't do that. Like, I wouldn't post online that I have this and they're going to ban it soon. Whoa, right? You want to keep it?
Or do you post it on here and wait for them to come try to get it or get it?
Yeah, I'm just saying. So, then you're thinking we're leaving under actual free system. Cares about our freedom and tax dollars. Yeah, there you go. All right. They want your 16-inch too. Oh, sure they do. Yeah. They just know they can't act on that right now. Repeal NFA, GCA, change ATF to ADC, alcohol, tobacco, and cannabis. There you go.
Let's also not forget that the ATF is one of those products of government bureaucracy, right? Like, if we start the ATF to stop the dangerous, not illegal, because illegal is an opinion, and honestly, dangerous can be too, but the unreasonably dangerous transfer and flow of firearms into and out of the external borders of America, that's a little different than, saying that the cylinder in your 22 turns the wrong way, or, your 22 is a 9-shot instead of a 6-shot, or whatever they come up with, versus the ATF to stop, criminal gangs from rampaging the streets with machine guns. Those are two different things. And we need to look at how it started. But now that it's there, it's like, oh, well, we stopped this one thing from happening. How do we keep our jobs and stop the next dangerous thing from happening?
Exactly.
It's like militaries. Militaries don't need to be around if they don't have a war to fight.
Nope.
That's honestly why the Cold War was great, because the Cold War, you had to be ready to fight, the big bad guy, but you didn't actually have to go do it. So it was great. Well, now some of the things we're seeing, that may become the case where we have to. So again, you look at these government agencies, the Department of Transportation. If there was perfect asphalt that we never had to replace, what are they going to do next? They're going to start begging for more roads to be built so they can keep paying people.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and the ATF started as a tracker of stolen guns, if I'm not mistaken. That's what its first job was. All right. Agreed, Uncle Dan. That's why I try to explain to all people of gun law. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. All gun laws are bad. This is not a good thing. This is a bad thing. I'm just saying they're going to come to your door and look for your pistol brace, especially if you put it out on the internet that you have one. Okay? I mean, don't think they don't have some $1 million supercomputer that you paid for, all right, going through the basement, going through every YouTube video and Facebook post, all right? So I'm just saying, all right? I'm just saying.
Let's face it, dude, this is the same federal government that paid $400 for a hammer.
$2 million for a pencil or a pen, a space pen,
Let's be honest, though, that are they going to come try to get them? That's an opinion. Won't speak to it. I don't know what their mindset is, but supercomputers chewing through every line of code on YouTube.
Oh yeah, done deal. They're already doing it. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, no. Here's the thing. I had a guy come up to me in Cabela's when I was behind the gun counter. He said he worked for the NSA, and he says if you have put it online, there's a record of it, and they have it. He had his his NSA security badge that he used for an ID and all this other stuff. So that's that. So I have registered lowers, Chuck. So there's that. Again, when they rule in June that you have to register your uppers, now they know what you have. I mean, so I'm just saying. They're trying to screw you both ways here. I'm not saying that you're wrong. You're absolutely right. Take a stand, I'm just saying it's gonna come. All right.
Let's go back to that last quote. You skipped over one of them there that said something about I work in the government or I did work in the government.
Yeah, right there. Most of them probably aren't, but I'm just saying, I've been told by people that have had access to, stuff that, yeah, they've got stuff like that. So, how are we all doing now? How you doing, Rush Shooting? How you doing? All right. Yeah, the same ATF that conducted Operation Fast and Furious. Yeah. Good luck. Comedic break. Chuck Norris. Any new jokes? Not that I know of. I mean, I think Chuck Norris jokes ended when the movie The Expendables 2 came out. What do you think? When Chuck Norris showed up and told his own Chuck Norris joke in the movie. You remember that one?
I think that's one of the greatest scenes in movie history.
Agreed.
Any man that will come out and tell his own Chuck Norris jokes, that's just that's the greatest sense of humor I've ever heard.
Yeah, Sylvester Stallone. It just goes, I heard you got bit by a snake. Yeah, and after 5 agonizing days, the snake died. It was just like, yes! I just stood up and cheered. Like, I bought the DVD. I just went up in my apartment, was like, yeah, that was great. So, Yeah.
So we do jokes on the way to school on Wednesdays.
Okay.
We have some patterns we do, and one of them is every Wednesday, hump day, middle of the week, girls are still going to school, all that. So we do jokes. So I'm always trying to look for good dad jokes because gets them to roll their eyes and laugh, and it's fun. So if anybody's got a good dad joke.
Oh God, I just heard one. Let hear it. It was texted to me tonight. All right. Oh, let's see. What did the stamp say to the envelope?
I don't know.
If we stick together, we'll go places. That's bad.
But it's exactly the kind of joke I need.
Yes.
But
my wife has begged me to stop making police related puns. So I said, okay, I'll give it a rest.
That's bad. But hey, I got to get out of here. I got to go get dinner ready. The girls are going to come home from they got one of their later cookie booths coming on. So everyone, thanks for hanging out. Y'all be safe, stay sane. Well, if you are, if not, enjoy insanity. And I'll catch up with you guys later.
Yep. All right. See you, Michael. All right, we're gonna finish this out right here. Let's see. Well, I will live free or die free. I agree. Me too. Hopefully, of old age and at my age, it can happen any day. Yeah, it can happen any day at any of our ages. But that's that. No, not really. What's that? All right. What kind of car did Jesus drive? A Honda Accord. Because there were 12 apostles and they're all in one accord. It's a biblical joke. Yeah, I've heard that one. All right. Not sure how good this is. A friend of mine who was a pole vaulter in high school went through a nasty breakup, but he got over it. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. So anyway, they aren't Chuck Norris jokes, they're Chuck Norris facts. Oh, a Chrysler. Yeah. Okay, a Chrysler. Yeah, that's also that's pretty good. So anyway, we'll end with dad jokes tonight. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for letting us have a little healthy debate. Stay free. If you want to keep your pistol braces, keep your pistol braces. I'm not telling you not to. Okay. I needed the 300 Win Mag for the channel. I got a lot of medical bills and stuff we got to pay. I needed to sell mine to get what I needed for the channel. Okay. 8 killed 2 birds with 1 stone. The ATF isn't going to knock on my door because they know I've sold it now. They're watching this. All right. Even if they do knock on the door, I can say I sold it and I've got a receipt to this guy, whatever. Okay. All right. And then I'm good, So that's that. All right. Anyway. So yeah, do what you guys got to do. All right. I'm not saying don't fight the ATF on this. Don't have a pushback. Don't resist arrest. I'm not saying don't do any of this. Okay. The entire NFA is unconstitutional. Anything the government can have, the citizens should be able to have. That's the whole point of the Second Amendment. Okay. We can throw nuclear weapons on the table later after we concede that point. Then we can talk about nuclear weapons. Other than that, if you can't concede that point, then all right, you don't believe in the Second Amendment. You're not an American. Get the freak out of this country. Okay. Okay. All right. That's the way I feel about it. All right. The government can own an F-16. You got a couple $1 billion, buy you an F-16. Okay. Like, I'm all good with that. So, that's what it is. Okay. All right. And please, whatever you do not say this lame joke about a boating accident. Okay. If it's time to joke about, if it's time to lose them in a boating accident, it's time to use them. Okay. For the revolution. That's what it is for. Please quit making that joke. Sorry, Loki Prepper. I'm sure you're a nice guy and all. Please quit making that lame ass joke. Okay. So I'm just saying that. So, that's that. All right, guys. I will talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good night. God bless. Take care. We'll see you at the range.